trying out across the land. Blair Adams, entertainer and entrepreneur, answered the call. He joined forces with friend, businessman, and scholar Christopher Hart. Together, they are guardians of liberty and the American way.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the champions of political professional wrestling, Blair Adams and Christopher Hart, the American Adversaries. Drive time.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit right up. Let's go see the elephant. When I'm a road, honey.
All right, you just keep listening to us, folks, and you'll be able to keep up with the best of them. That's right, because you got the American Adversaries Drive Time Now, prime time hour show. And we're coming to you live on AM 660, The Answer, from the Mercury Free Broadcasting Studios. Don't forget, for the very best in mercury-free dental care, call my dentist, Dr. James E. Hardy, at 407-678-3399. He will fix you right up. Don't forget to ask him about his book, Mercury Free. Okay, now don't forget, tomorrow is Tuesday, so that means it's Free Tune-Up Tuesday at Refresh Computers. Refresh Computers is located, where they do the tune-ups, is located in Longwood on 434, right there between 1792 and Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Real easy to find. Refresh Computers every Tuesday is Tune-Up Tuesday. Just take your laptop over there, that big old box you keep at home, and they'll tune that thing up for you while you wait. Or you can leave it there and go have some lunch and come back. But the best part is just kind of breeze through and look around what they got. And they're very helpful there, and they're not pushy. 407-478-8200 is the number there. 407-478-8200. Refresh Computers. Free Tune-Up Tuesday tomorrow. Okay, if you were listening to our first hour of the show, you know we've got some DVDs. Well, actually, they're a combo pack. Blu-ray, DVD, and the HD upload. But we've got these to give away. They're going to retail for $45, and we got 5 more to give away in this hour of the show. By the way, if you didn't hear the first hour of the show, I hope you will go to our archive, AmericanAdversariesRadio.com, when you can, and listen to that. It was great information we got from Abe Katzman tonight. Had some great questions from callers as well. Don't forget, also, we are up on the Periscope. Lucas Paris has us up on the head cam, the Periscope, as we call it. Now,
posting directly to YouTube.
If you didn't hear that, he is recording and posting directly to YouTube. So you can go to our channel, American Adversaries, on YouTube, and there you will find the recordings. And Lucas is doing a great job with that. Also, if you want to watch it live, you can go to our Facebook page, American Adversaries, where we're linked up, or just go to YouTube, right?
Just go to YouTube. I'm not doing it through Facebook anymore.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Don't forget about the Facebook. I don't mean forget about our Facebook, but I mean if you want to see the Periscope view, go directly to YouTube. And our channel is American Adversaries TV on YouTube. All right, Blair Adams in the studio with me, Christopher Hart, and of course Lucas Paris has the Periscope up and running. Nicholas Cicero is on the bridge, so why don't we give away 3 more of these DVD Blu-ray combo packs?
Not 3.
Yeah, let's do 3.
Not 3.
Yeah, let's do 3. Let's give Nick in there some writer's cramp. You have to pick them up at the studio, but Nick will tell you where it's at. It's in Altamont Springs, real easy to find, just off 436. So if you would like a combo pack of the great movie about Chris Kyle, the American Sniper, give us a call at 407-774-8255. The first 3 callers will win a combo pack, and we'll give away a couple of more in the second half of the show. All right, so we got 5 more. Let's give away 3 now. We'll give away a couple more later. So get on those lines right now, 407-774-8255. I see Nick's already answering the phone, so if you get a busy signal, just keep trying. If this phone starts ringing, let that doggone thing ring until the man answers it, okay? Because you're going to want to get your hands on one of these combo packs. And by the way, they go on sale tomorrow, so you can say you got it, or at least you owned it before they were on sale. And you can pick it up very first.
Can't beat the price.
That's right. You can pick it up very first thing in the morning here at the station in Altamont Springs. Okay. As I said earlier in the show, Scott Miller, one of our sponsors of My Liberty Threads, he goes all around the country selling these T-shirts. They're American-made, made in America, and very American-proud. Slogans on them, patriotic slogans on them, great designs, very comfortable shirts. He's going to be calling us, I think, from Texas here in a few minutes. So we'll find out where he is and where he's been and what he has been up to and what he is hearing out there on the road, because he is literally at the front lines on the grassroots level as these candidates are going around the country speaking at these events. Scott's there to sell some T-shirts and talk to some folk. So we'll be talking with him a little bit later in this half hour of the show. And then we're going to finish off the show tonight with Sister Hatun Dogan. She's from Zaz, Z-A-Z-Z, a town that's on the border of Turkey and Syria, I believe. She can tell us exactly where it is. At least that's where she's from. She doesn't live there anymore. They were run off. Christians were run out like many others. She now lives in Germany, in refugee, I guess, with her parents.
Do you know if she's a Jesuit nun?
We'll find out. And she ministers, I do know this, that she ministers to Yazidi and other Christian women who have either escaped or been released after having been sold into, basically taken hostage and then sold into slavery, mainly sex slavery over there, as the Islamic State does what they view as God's work. I tell you what, you want to talk about an upside-down, topsy-turvy, inside-out, backwards world, that's where those folks are living, right? But anyway, she'll be able to tell us a little bit more factually what that all means over there. Also, don't forget, tomorrow night we're going to be at the Biz Fest in the Fashion Square Mall. Love to have you come over there and join us as we do a live remote broadcast. The Biz Fest starts at noon. It's free, and we're welcome to see you over there. And then the panel discussion and straw poll at the Maitland Civic Center tomorrow night, featuring Carl Jackson, our man who does a live show every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 on AM 660 The Answer. And then, of course, you can participate in the straw poll. And then also tomorrow night, the Tea Party at Eastmont Civic Center, Greater Orlando Tea Party, is going to have Dr. Kirk Elliott speak about some things that you might want to know as we face trying times and how you can prepare and protect yourself. Okay. Yeah, like I said, Nick's working the phone, so if you haven't gotten through yet, just keep giving it a try, and then if you don't win in this half hour of the show, we got a couple more to give away. And it is an excellent movie, and you will see in the movie what we had to go through to secure cities like Ramadi, which are now in the hands of the Islamic State, and Fallujah in the hands of the Islamic State. By the way, Ramadi is only about 70 or 80 miles from Baghdad. That's about the distance from here to Tampa, isn't it, Larry? About 70 miles?
Yes.
About as pretty much as the crow flies. So, for the people who are living in Baghdad...
That's Tampa proper. I mean, you get there closer than that.
Yeah. But, especially if the people in Baghdad saw how Ramadi fell. And that is with their troops running in fear from the Islamic State, who are the Islamic State. They're not as well armed as the Iraqi army. This is the sad part about it. They got AK-47s, yeah, some rocket-propelled grenades, yeah, they got probably some anti-tank weapons, but it's
they got a reputation. That's what they're going on.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
They slaughter their enemies, behead them, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Saddam Hussein never had to worry about that. Nobody wanted, his guys, he never had to worry about his guys going out, because if his guys didn't go out and do everything they could, he would kill them and do them the exact same bad things to them. So it was like,
it's sort of like running a country like you would a mob.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean mob like a big crowd. I mean mob like organized crime.
Sure.
And certainly those techniques all come into play. But this is what happens when you don't have Americans there. And I once again want to respond to Al, who called earlier with, it was an excellent question, I thought, for Abe, and I answered it as well. And that is, doesn't victory mean that you can go home? No, it doesn't mean that. It means that that's when the process really begins, because then you have to basically repair what was destroyed in the process of making the victory. Because if you do turn and go home, you've now just left it to chaos. You've just left it open to whoever the thug is that's going to come in and take over, and there will always be a thug.
And Chris, people, they use their own interpretation of certain things, the successes or whatever. I saw a general the other day that said, "What is this problem with whack-a-mole?" He said, "That's how you win wars. Is you whack-a-mole. You eventually whack so many moles, there's no moles left." And this problem is about, we can't go around playing whack-a-mole. He said that's what war is.
Exactly. And let's just examine you're right, but let's just examine for a moment Europe after World War II. The countries where the United States stayed there and implemented the Marshall Plan all became thriving democracies and did really well, basically until the socialist state took over. As we left, the socialists came in.
Yeah.
But look at the countries where the United States was not the quote-unquote occupier, where the Soviet Union was the occupier. They suffered under communism, under basically a form of slavery, if you will, there, Al. And the mass murders by Stalin and others, in the European bloc, as we called it. Patton was right. Patton foresaw this. And I did read Bill O'Reilly's book, Killing Patton, and it kind of leaves you a little bit hanging at the end. But one thing that it does make...
You mean the book that Bill wrote a couple of words or sentences in?
I know. The other guy does most of the writing.
Yeah.
But what the book does make clear, though, is that Patton knew that we could not... If we deserted any part of Europe, it would go to the communists, and he knew that was... He thought the communists were just as bad, if not worse, than the Nazis. And by God Almighty, he was right. Congratulations to Rick from Orlando, John from Oviedo, and Philip from Apopka. They have gotten...
Man, they went fast.
Yep, they have gotten the combo pack of the great movie American Sniper. We got 2 more to give away tonight. We'll do that in the second half of the show. All right, when we come back, we'll be joined by our man Scott Miller, who's on the road, and we'll find out what the people are saying out yonder in the hinterland, the heartland, out in America. All right, so please don't go away. You're listening to the American Adversaries Drive Time Prime Time Show on AM 660 The Answer.